Hello, Leo. Welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. My name is Paul. If Leo is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your tarot card reading. Remember to hit the like button, leave a comment, consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything you would like me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Leo, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And we've got a Knight of Wands to begin. This is really, I think, this is a huge surge of energy for one thing. Usually, this card is about us getting carried away, right? The horse is sometimes seen as running off with the rider, and that we're completely out of control of our impulses, and that we have no say in kind of what's going on, that we have no self-control almost, right? I think that this card is really talking about this surge of creative energy. It's this impulse that you are going to be feeling. You're going to have to hold the reins very tight. Okay, this is going to be something that really sparks your enthusiasm, something that gets you really, really motivated. We're going to do some more cards to see what's going on here. But this is an intense surge of energy. Really, really powerful surge, okay? There's the Six of Wands. Perfect, right? Because the Six of Wands is victory, control. It's kind of, you're saying, okay, I've got all of this energy around me, but I'm the boss of it. I need to direct it where it needs to go. This is the card of victory. Let's not forget. We've got the Lover's card, okay? Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. Interesting. Two of Swords, Ten of Cups, Princess of Pentacles, and Four of Cups. Wow, interesting. I kind of feel as if there is, it's almost getting this feeling as if you're backed into a corner, right? I mean, just looking at these cards, it kind of looks as if the knight on this horse is backed into this corner, right? Your back's up against a wall, and we've really got to control ourselves here. Okay, this is, it's a huge shift of energy, this huge incoming kind of power for you, and we've got to use it in the right way. This is intense, especially with kind of having this archway of, the challenges, I guess, right? Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. We're looking for the right way out. And it's kind of like, I don't know if you've ridden horses or whatever, but if a horse doesn't really know where to go, if it doesn't seem like there's a way for it to move, if a horse is backed in a corner, it's just going to start kicking and bucking and spinning around in circles and just kind of going nuts, right? And that's kind of what I feel here, is that we're in this situation and it's almost like we don't know exactly how to get ourselves out of it, right? But we've got to hold the reins, all right? The Six of Wands here is saying you're going to be okay. You're going to succeed at this. It's going to work out in your favor, right? You're going to triumph over this challenge, but we've got to do so in a way that is really going to maximize the benefits, right? We don't want to just use brute force and just, if there's a nail, we don't want to just hammer it down, right? Maybe this is requiring some other tool, okay? Because we got the Five, and we know we're going to get the Six, right? But then we don't want to keep going and then kind of get into the range of the Sevens, right? 5, 6, 7 has kind of gone too far. The 7 is kind of saying that, yeah, you had the right response, but then we kept going with it, you're hammering that nail. Once the nail's flush, you don't keep hammering it. Right? You've ever hammered a nail too much and then it just kind of indents the wood further and further? Then you kind of ruined it, right? We want to just use the appropriate response to this and nothing more. We have to know when to kind of pull back on the reins, you know. So it's really this huge shift of energy, which I feel something's backing you into a corner, and we have to have a very appropriate response here. We don't want to have this exaggerated reaction. All right, let's select the mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. This is a random card from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We're going to set it down right over here, Tiny Bob Ross right on top. We're not going to look at that card until the very end, but it will tie everything together and it will give us our confirmation. If you feel that you know what that card is, go ahead and put your prediction down in the comments. We can do it together. All right. Now let's take a look around the room. You'll have to excuse me for my voice. I do have laryngitis. I've got a bad chest cold going on. Might be hitting the cough button here and there. The only major arcana card we have is this Lover's card. Now, I don't know that this is going to be necessarily an issue with your significant other. Maybe it is. I feel that this card, because it's a major arcana, because it is the Lovers, and because it is down beneath the surface, that this is kind of what you're trying to protect. Okay? You're trying to protect the relationship itself. Now, whether this is a family relationship, it could be a business relationship, it could be a coworker, family member, friend, it could be a lover or romantic partner or whatever. This is kind of that sacred bond that you have with someone. And I feel like this is what you're protecting. So maybe you're defending somebody else even. Maybe you're defending someone's honor. Maybe you're trying to protect the relationship itself from whatever this Five of Swords is. Okay. And the Five of Swords might be things ranging from, gossip. It could be some rumors that have been spread around. It could be someone that really is just coming to interfere in this relationship. Okay. And again, we could look at this in a business way and say, well, yeah, this is someone that's maybe in the workplace, there's some kind of infighting, some kind of politics, some kind of gossiping going on, rumors being spread. And you're trying to have the proper response that's going to give you the best outcome. But don't go beyond that kind of the appropriate amount of energy being released into this situation, right? We kind of have to be a little bit strategic about it. But there's really, it's difficult because there's not a lot of strategy going on here. It's kind of like, it's almost a very passionate response, right? And so maybe it is more of a family thing or a romantic thing than a work thing, okay? But it still could be work, I don't know. But I feel that there's this passionate response, I feel as if it's kind of like, someone is, saying bad things about your family member or something, and you want to just kind of jump in and defend them. You don't think about it. You just kind of act. It's very noble. It's very justified, and it's very you're very protective of whoever this person is or whatever the relationship is. Okay, it might not be a relationship with the person. Maybe someone's jeopardizing your position at work. And so you feel that you have to come forward and defend yourself against these allegations or rumors or, someone's trying to, criticize the quality of your work or something like that, right? Because this is a card of that kind of criticism. This is a card of thoughts and words more than actions, right? So we've got to be careful with how we react in this situation. Right? Somebody is saying some things about you, or there is some information being put out there that you don't agree with, or that isn't true, or whatever the case is. I don't want to get involved. We have to respond to it in the proper way so that it does not make your situation worse, right? We want to stay in this Six of Wands. We want to stay in this very triumphant energy. We don't want to overdo it, respond with too much, and then put ourselves in a kind of Seven of Pentacles position where we've actually done ourselves a disservice here, okay? But yeah, The Lover's card is very interesting. This really might just be a romantic thing, or your life partner, your spouse, or something like that, right? That we're trying to safeguard that relationship. Okay. Let's see what else we've got. Excuse me. So we've got fire. We do have our water here. Obviously we've got our air. And then we have our earth energies. Okay. The water energy here is interesting because it's a 10 of Cups. It is satiety. It is the dream life. This is the absolute picture perfect happiness, right? This is something that if we go around expecting this everywhere we go, we're going to be sorely disappointed. This, as I always say, is the ideal. This is like the picture that we hold up. This is the picture in our wallet. This is the poster we put on our wall about what the absolute perfect idea of happiness is. Okay? Every day is just amazing and beautiful. The sun is always shining. There's always plenty to eat. There's always, it's just money's growing on trees. Everything is perfect, right? Life doesn't work that way. And if we don't acknowledge that, we're going to be very disappointed in what we actually experience. So, I don't know, as kind of it's slowly becoming more clear what's going on here. And I almost wonder if we are trying to defend something that we feel is a lot more perfect than it really is. That maybe this is somebody, that maybe someone is criticizing the quality of our work. In that case, we look at everything as being perfect 10 of Cups. Maybe we need to realize that, yeah, I can make mistakes sometimes. That maybe there is something I need to look at, right? And I'm not saying this is the case, but sometimes when we get really defensive about something, it means there's something there that we need to look at, okay? And we see that too with the 7 of Swords up here, is that you're trying to stay on this absolute truth of the Ace of Swords in the middle, and there's all this other information coming in, and it's kind of like, I don't want to listen. I don't want to see it. We're cherry picking our data here, we're only hearing those things that are going to confirm what I already believe. I don't want to hear anything that goes against what I, already am experiencing or picturing as being reality. So sometimes the 7 of Swords is saying, well, we have to maybe not be so defensive in this situation, but maybe listen to what they're saying and not accept it blindly as being truth, but thinking, okay, maybe, right? And that brings us over here to this 2 of Swords. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe this person is not being malicious. Maybe they're not just attacking me or my relationship or my work or my position in the company or whatever it is. Maybe there's something really that I need to listen to here, okay? This is, if this is a relationship, a romantic relationship, maybe this is your partner trying to really talk to you about something, and you're kind of, you're getting a little defensive, right? Rather than just kind of saying, okay, I'm gonna take my defenses down. I'm gonna just be open. Here we got that 2 of Swords. I'm gonna be open, and I'm gonna listen rather than trying to kind of jump to conclusions or to make everything black and white. Because with the 2 of Swords, sometimes it feels as if this person's criticizing me, then they must hate me. It must be all bad. I can't believe you think this way about me, or you feel this way about me, thinking that it is the absolute only way that they think or feel, right? But it's just one little thing. If they bring up one issue, it doesn't mean that everything that they do like about you goes out the window, right? It doesn't have to be either or. Either you love me or you hate me, right? And so I think that kind of what we're doing now is we're behaving in a way that is fueled by this ideal of the perfect kind of emotion that we want to feel by this 10 of Cups. I apologize so much for my coughing. I try to hit the cough button so that I don't subject you to that noise. I sometimes wonder here if we, with the 7 of Pentacles here, if there are things we don't want to look at. Yeah. I mean, none of us want to experience any kind of criticism. We certainly don't want our family, friends, our coworkers, our boss, right, our romantic partners to come and say anything negative about us, to give us any kind of criticism. And then when we get that criticism, if we then we react from that place of having like the hurt feelings, you know, and we take it personally, and then we behave based on that, right? Because that's kind of this either or thinking. Well, if someone's criticizing me, then they hate me, they think I'm worthless, and we go to that far extreme, right? Because we kind of, you know, we think that everything has to be sunshine and roses for it to be, you know, for it to be good or worthwhile or something. And so then we experience, you know, what might be, and it could be that we're so close to the Ten of Cups that everything is just basically perfect, right? But then there's just one little thing, you know, I don't like it when you leave the lid off of the mayonnaise jar, or I don't know, whatever, right? Or that you leave the seat up on the toilet or something. One little criticism, and we think, oh my gosh, they hate me. You know, it shatters the illusion that we've been kind of living in. And I feel like that's really this black and white either or kind of thinking. So I'm starting to wonder here if we are trying to protect this perfect relationship, thinking that if there's anything that we need to talk about that's not just praises, right, then we think, uh-oh, it's not perfect, and then the whole thing shatters. And it doesn't have to be that way, right? We realize that that love, especially with love, it's not all good feelings, right? Love isn't a feeling. Love is kind of a set of behaviors, right? Love is how we treat each other and what we do even when we are upset, even when we are in our feelings, right? So I think that the Six of Wands here is really talking about the self-control. When you have this conversation with this person, and I feel like it's someone close to you, family member or friend or something, we're going to try not to react from our emotional place. That we're going to remember that the feelings that I'm feeling now, even if I'm feeling hurt or frustrated or I'm getting mad, that doesn't negate the love that's here, the love that is between the two of you. Okay, this bond here, this is what we're trying to protect, remember? That's what we want to safeguard. So even if we're angry with each other or we have, criticisms of each other, something like that, it doesn't mean that the love is gone. That's a part of love. And the love really is how we then respond to that. You know, and whether that means we're walking away or whether that means that we are, kind of sitting down and having a conversation or whatever it is. But this fiery Knight of Wands is kind of, we're just acting from that passion, right? From that emotion. So it's emotional behavior. Yeah. It's water to earth rather than, being something that might be a little bit more thought out, perhaps. Let's do language of flowers for some of these swords cards. I feel like this is a conversation that's taking place that we really don't want to have. So let's do one affirmation card here, language of flowers. The zinnia, absence. What is not here is the key. Interesting. What is not here is the key. Well, what is not here? Well, we've got measures, we've got fire, we've got water, we've got air, we've got some earth. So that's not it. All the elements are here. But what is not here is the key, right? Well, maybe it's about the absence. Maybe that's kind of the nature of the argument, perhaps, or what the conversation is about something that is missing that either you need or this other person needs, right? We still could be talking about a work thing, okay? I hope you're still with me. It doesn't have to be romance, but it could be a family member. It could be a sibling, could be a parent or something like that. It could be your kids. There's something that they need that's not there. And maybe they just need to spend more time with you. Maybe that's where some of this Five of Swords behavior or conversation or this attitude, maybe this is just like that attitude, Maybe that's where this is coming from, is that there's been absence somewhere, okay? or there's something that you would want to be there that's not there. I don't know what that is. All right. There's the absence that we get with that affirmation card. I think the Two of Swords is really about us kind of trying not to look at things as either or, as black or white, as all or nothing, right? And we're trying to transcend that problem that we all have. We're all human, I think. We all have that intellect that wants to categorize everything, right? And tends to focus on kind of what's happening right now. They criticize me, or they have some sort of complaint, or they're expressing some sort of negative feeling toward me, and that kind of takes central focus, and everything else blurs into the background, right? And that's the only truth. Well, we're trying to transcend that, and we're trying to tap into this intuitive lunar energy that we see here. And remember that this is all love. Even when we're yelling at each other, it's all love, right? It's all... it's the happiness that we want to experience, the true happiness of life, a 9 of Cups, which I'm hoping will be that mystery card. That has to incorporate the arguments, the frustration, right? It has to incorporate these kinds of so-called negative emotions, right? Maybe the unwanted emotions. It's not all sunshine and roses and puppy dogs and unicorns 24/7, right? It's not all joy in life. And so we have to transcend that. Oh, well, if it's not all joy, it must be all misery. Well, it can be both. It can be everything. It's life, right? And I think so. The 10 of Cups kind of gives us this idea, but then the 10 of Cups too is kind of making me wonder what is missing here. If we want it to be this 10 of Cups, absolute perfection, this ideal of a happy, perfect life, what is it that's missing then? What is it that's not here? Why do we have that 7 of Pentacles? What is preventing us from having that kind of experience of things? Is it just that we are still discovering how to take kind of criticism, or how to deal with the kind of, difficult emotions? Is that part of it? Or is there something actually missing? Or is there something that you need or they need in this relationship that's not there? And that's what we have to have that conversation about. Okay. The Princess of Pentacles is in this position of the obstacle. And this is the kind of the card of wholeness. This is earth on earth. This is kind of everything as it is right now. This is like your basket of ingredients that you have to work with. This is the exact state of things right now in your life. Okay. And I think it really comes down with the 4 of Cups, these two very close together. We have to understand first how we're acting from our emotions, right? And we have to not do any kind of behavior until our emotions stabilize. Okay? Because right here in this Knight of Wands, this is just, we're fired up. And we're just, we're behaving in a way we don't know why that is. It kind of comes out of us, right? We have to get control over that. And we have to realize that we don't want to make any decisions or take any actions or really manifest any, behavior without first stabilizing those emotions and acting from a place of intentionality, right? But I think the Princess of Pentacles is also asking if, because it's in this position, if exactly everything as it is right now at this moment, is it enough for you? Does it work? Right? And I don't, I kind of hear, yeah, everything's fine the way it is, but only if, but I hope in the future it can. No, if everything right now as it is, if this is enough for you, if this is, and it doesn't mean you don't have aspirations for the future, but this is an important question we have to ask ourselves. Are you okay with the way things are absolutely right now? Okay? Because otherwise, we're kind of putting all of our stock into the future and saying, I'm not happy right now, but if things change, I'm crossing my fingers that things will get better, right? And I'm not saying that the answer to this question is going to determine your behavior, but it's an important question that we have to ask. Okay? And then we get to the Four of Cups too, and we realize that we do deserve to live a happy life. We do deserve to have those, those moments of joy and those peak experiences of pleasure and love and happiness, right? As well as, we know we got to deal with the difficult things too. And we've got to take the good with the bad. Yeah. But we have to realize that, where do we draw the line between what I'm willing to endure now with the promise of a better future versus I got to change what's going on right now so I can have a better future, right? So, it really depends on whether or not you feel happy right now as things are. But see, we go back to that 10 of Cups. This is not happiness, right? This is that ideal of happiness, but it's not happiness itself. Because we know happiness itself is an active number. It's actually happiness is the 9 of Cups. And that's an active card. It's an odd number. It is a function. It's a way of life, right? And it's something that we do in every moment, right? It's part of its behavior. It's how we are expressing love. Even when we're in difficult times, we can still be happy. Even when we're absolutely miserable, there's that underlying feeling of, I'm happy in life. This is a challenge. We're arguing. There's things I'm not getting that I need, and blah, blah, all these things. It doesn't mean that we're not happy. It doesn't mean that we're not living our best life, right? Let's look at that mystery card. Obviously, I want the 9 of Cups. I don't know if that's going to be it or not. If you have a prediction for this card, though, I want you to put it in the comments. Let's see what we have. Oh, yeah. Very good. 6 of Cups. So we had the 6 of Wands saying, let's control ourselves, right? Let's not have a reaction until we listen, until we understand, calm down, figure out what's going on here. This still could be a work thing now, all right? Hope I didn't lose you. The 6 of Cups, though, I think is the answer to that question, that realization. This is a card of pleasure. This is a card of having a really good day, right? And it's kind of, it's, in a way, it's if we can control ourselves and not just react or overreact and actually listen to what's going on, we're going to feel better too. That we're going to get something that we need that's going to take us, that's going to make this really a pleasurable, enjoyable day, right? But I think to get there, we've got to go through the 5 to get to the 6, right? And in order to get to the 5, we've got to know what's missing. We've got to know what's absent. So we have to go from the 4 to the 5 to the 6 of fire and the 6 of water. Because these together, this is passion. This is feeling like, yeah, we're going through difficult times, but this is how we're going to behave toward each other. We're going to do this together as a team. And so, again, could be a work thing, could be a sibling, could be a parent or a child. It could be a lover, it could be a romantic partner, a spouse, life partner, whatever you want. However, it could be something that even we're kind of experiencing just as an internal spiritual experience, right? Maybe this is all taking place within you. And that is a possibility. And I think in some ways it is taking place within you. It's a way of you having this conversation with yourself. Is there something missing from your life that you need? And you have to have that conversation with yourself and say, self, what's missing that we need here to really be happy? Yeah. Anyway, I think this is deep. We're going to do an extended reading too. If you want to stick around, there's a link up top. There's one down below. New readings for Leo every Tuesday and Saturday, 6 a.m. Chicago time. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It is totally free. Does not cost you anything. And leave a comment. Let me know where in the world you're watching from. I want you to know, Leo, that you're the most important part of Dove and Serpent Tarot. I thank you and I love you. And we're all in this together.